Hey guys, today we're discussing the patch notes for the November update. So Fury on the Wings of Wisdom. Alright, let's take a look. So, update science. Important changes to containers. Legends are retaining new upgrade to the container system. English cutting update is going to change quite a few things. A new mechanic. Start from beginning. Currently, containers are determined at the point you receive it. So, you can get unwanted duplicate items starting with the next update. So the next one's going to be determined upon opening, not when you obtain it. So it will help reduce duplicate protection. It will help reduce you getting duplicate ships and so forth. So you should get more stuff. However, you're going to get adjusted rates. We don't know those rates. They'll be published though because it's PlayStation licensing. So we'll find out. Also, test driving, you can send them guarantee reward every 39 containers, okay? So 40th container. So this is what they do in gacha games, by the way, if you guys didn't know. Like Genshin Impact has like 90 pulls to get a character. And after the 90th pull or 80th pull, you're guaranteed to get a character. And that's called pity. So you actually have a pity system in the World of Warships Legends now. So 40 ships. And I'm going to be honest, 40 containers is worth way too much. There's just so much money. That's insane. And I don't think anyone should be trying to use that system where you open 40 containers. Be aware though, once you open a container and you get the ship, the counter is reset. So if you bought like 40 crates, open one, you got massa, well then you'll be 39 short, you know? So something to be aware of. So just be careful with your money, guys. Don't go crazy. End of the game, you just don't go crazy with it because there's these ships. I mean, if you don't have the massa, it's pretty rare. High to low chance of that. It's just be careful with what you're spending, and realistically 40 containers is quite a lot, so it's a step forward. It's nice to have a system where you're guaranteed to get it, but 40 is a bit too much. So it's quite a lot, so just be aware of that. So spawn chances for the ships are 40% for extra B, 40% for graphs B, and 16.7 for terrible, and then 3.3 for the Massachusetts B. Drop rates of the mini ships increase if you have one of the ships already. So if you've already got the terrible, you have a higher chance of getting Massa B, extra, and graphs B. This is only for one container for the Black Friday. Determined. So they're still going to find out what's going on with the system later on. So there we go. So, Origin Wisdom campaign, we're getting the tier 4 circle, or circle. I mean, it sounds like Italian to me, but I know it's French, but I don't know. They'll have some weird way of pronouncing it. The circle in the main is over 120 milestones. Quite a big campaign. So, tier 4 French DD, 40 stone, you get it at minute 40. Quite big guns, 130 for DD, very good. Decent torps, main battery, reload pistol, flexible gets. Again, it's not the same as the last campaign. We had to pick. You get both of these in the campaign. Big, long campaign as well. So just something to know that. Also, we're getting the mains, which is basically Weimar, but with armor, improved sonar, as it says, and armor as good as the heavy cruisers one. 4 times 4 torpedo launchers. That's a lot of torpedoes. Capable of punching above our weight. Well, all the new premium cruisers at the legendary campaign cruisers definitely are. The exception of the Zima, yeah, they're all pretty strong. So, yeah, something to know. It's going to be Weimar 2.0, so people think the Weimar is OP, then the mains is going to be their cup of tea. Alright, Origin of Wisdom, I'm not going to go through this. You can read all this in your spare time if you want. Royal Navy Grows Wings, one of the most impactful forces to arrive to Legends. UK carriers, they're right up from the start of the update, so don't hesitate to learn to fly. Okay. So, we're getting the tech trees, tier 3, 5, 6. 7, sorry. Of course, dedicated commander. So, alright, that's fine. Main cheater is carpet bombing ability with their torpedoes offering a narrow trajectory. So, it's going to be more of a spray the area and high fire chance, but immediate damage input is low. So, it's mainly relying on fires, but that's perfectly fine because fires are extremely strong. Also, a narrow spread in your torps mean you have a good chance of hitting DDs. You can aim more accurately, and therefore you can get in between islands. Get the real shots that you really need to get. So something to know. It will be quite, I think they'll be very strong. Plus fire is just such a strong system in Legends. kind of ridiculous. Okay, so we got the Hermes at tier 3. got the Fury is at tier 5, and the Black Bolt tier 7. Get a new commander popping up, Dennis Boyd. Where is it? There's one, there we go. And we're getting air detectable to reach by 10% reduction, fully maxed out, which is kind of useful for destroyers. That will help out. And yeah, obviously base tree is under the radar, so those who can detect everything. We have codes. That is that code. Just be aware of that there. And I'll highlight this very soon. Yeah, let's go here. There we go. Get it. There we go. To get 12 shadow cannons. Also, legendary skill for the British carrier guy. Passive effects. Dive bombers, torpedo bombers, HP up to 4%. That's pretty good. And then special effects. Incoming damage to your carrier, assuming you're within 3.5 kilometers. At legendary 4, up to 20%, which is kind of awful because 3.5. Who's realistically 3.5 kilometers away from a carrier in a friendly situation? Yeah, pretty rough. Soviet cruisers leave early access. Yeah, go on. There we go. Go on, scroll. Aye. So we're getting the Riga. It's basically a Stalingrad, and Stalingrad Light, early design of Stalingrad. We can go into that later. Really, Black Friday. We already discussed it before. Massa, extra grass speed, not terrible. We'll come back with the black ships. Warhammer 40k, the Eternal Crusade meets the it's like the orcs thing, and that's like Crusade. That's like the Warhammer. And I don't know, but the Warhammer 40k is all completely bleh to me. But they look like American, but they've got like British turrets. I don't really know. It's confusing. Like, I think it's like an Indy or something. It looks like an Indy on the left-hand side. I don't know. No, right-hand side looks like a Fletcher / but it's got like Fiji-esque guns. I know Fiji's are triples, but it looks like Fiji guns, but doubles, with dual turrets. It's weird. I don't know. It's really weird. Anyway, all this malarkey, all this, I don't know about the Warhammer stuff. It's all weird, but it's focused around AP shells, which is usually quite fun, and the ship's called Smashin' at one point. You can ram things, and it might encourage some brawling, and usually when you encourage brawling, it's quite fun. All these weirdness, all that. Yeah, it's as if you ever run AP shells, and then all this, you can, if you're into Warhammer 40k, you'll know all this is going on, but I've got no clue, so have fun with that, yeah. So, ranked battles, so 3 seasons, tier 5 to tier 7, no carriers, 11 for JDs, and then they seem to be making it like nice and cheerful, like test your skills and all that jazz. And you don't get a scar, you do keep your star if you're the best player in the enemy team. That lost, draw against lost to both teams. That's good to know, yeah. In terms of rewards, it doesn't actually show you, by the way, something to know. If we scroll down a little bit, you can see the rewards for ranked are promotion orders, premium time, these summer crates, which are kind of worthless, credits, which are kind of low-key worthless, boosters, really, accommodations alright, global XP could be good, paint's alright, shadow camo is pretty decent, I guess, but I mean at rank 2 shadow camo. Well, these crates are useless, like I can't stress how useless these crates are. Steel is always good, and doubloons is nice. I don't like these crates. I don't think the rewards are equivalent for the ranked season. This being said, though, they're only like the weekender ranks. See how it's like 18, 22? They're very short seasons, the rank. They're not like 2 weeks a season, 11 to 15. And then it'll be like tier 7? Where is it? There you go, 25th to 29th. So, not too long season, so I don't blame that. Balance changes to Mexico. Oh my god, a 7% main battery shell gripping. I think Nagato got like a 2.5%, and that was considered their buff. Meanwhile, the New Mexico gets a 7% dispersion buff. Sigma buff. Oh my god. That's a big. Oh my god, another 2 seconds reduction in reload as well. Okay, why didn't the Nagato get this buff? Huh? I swear to god, the American ships just get all the love. I do not know why. It's absolutely insane. Like the Japanese boats get nerfed, and all these American boats just get heavily buffed. Aye. 7% is insane. John Jellicoe, this whole thing, base commander. On second thought, that's a reload skill. It helps you switch shells if you're fully loaded, and smoke of the water gives you a little bit better stroke screen. Which replaced by hidden threat, and we got burn baby burn, which is for the for the carrier skill for carrier bombs. It's a bit meh. But I'm sorry, I can't get over the Mexico. It's just insane. Such a high buff. 7% is whopping, man. Like, they didn't get the Bismarck that much. You know? Bismarck didn't get that. It's just 7%. Sorry. I know I'm going on. I'll move on. But yeah, as I said, John Jellicoe gets on second thought and Smoke on the Water. And that's replaced by the carrier skills, by the torpedo carrier skills and bomber ones. I don't like that. Add-on new skills, don't take them away. Because I do use John Jellicoe for certain builds. And luckily enough, he didn't use a skill. Sorry. He didn't use a skill that I used, but it is concerning. You're removing variability and you're removing variety out of my builds, and it's usually not a good thing. I like to add more skills, not remove skills. So yeah, that's something to know. I'm not a fan of that. Don't like that at all. Colbert getting its torpedoes nerfed from 8 to 6. That will help out quite a bit. She'll still be strong, but I think having a smaller torque window is certainly good. The problem with Legendary Tier reading Warships to really fully justify it, that's the problem. So it's difficult because ships seem OP, but realistically they just don't have their counter for their tier. So that's something to know. Yeah. So yeah, evasive maneuvers, by the way, tier for the tier 7's carriers, which was changed instead of granting invulnerability, magic shields now decreases incoming damage by 50%. So they basically, from the Halloween event where they tested the Hiroshima, consumable gave incoming fire dispersion, they basically reduced incoming damage by 50%. So it's like a partial magic shield now. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's good. Glad they stopped giving it invulnerability, but still, it's a little bit. I don't like the consumable, but whatever, at least it doesn't give you invulnerability. Miscellaneous. Epicenter to scenarios, Tears of the Desert, Tier 7 Legendary Battles, and Trident Tier 4 and Tier 5. I don't mind trying out Epicenter for higher tier games, like Tier 7 Legendaries, because it will encourage some positive pushing. And I don't like it for Tier 4 and Tier 5. I think that's fine. Didn't need that. But yeah, that is concerning. Epicenter's like, I get the concept, get people to push in, great, but the way it's done, ships that are forced to push that are not built that way is not necessarily good. You should give the players the freedom to use your map control, and you're kind of denying map control when you're providing a game mode that forces you to be in one spot. And it kind of removes the skill level, and just like, if you're in the right ship, you'll do well, which is kind of a struggle. That's why I don't like Epicenter as a game mode, but I'm thinking it might be positive for Tier 7 and Legendary Battles, some of them, because it will encourage some pushing, whether you like it or not. So there's that. Middle spawn points for both the northern and southern teams were adjusted for the Shards map. Rework spawns for Haven. Again, I wish you told us where, like a picture, an image of where you've adjusted them to. You would be nice. Shards as well was a highly debated map for like Hipper and so forth. So he wasn't happy with how they ruined Shards apparently going to him. So that might be helpful. North is no longer available for a map for Tier 4 and Tier 5 is no longer smaller ships. I think that's good. It was quite too big a map anyway. Overall, I'm not really too happy with this Patchnotes. It's kind of meh. But yeah, tell me your thoughts below. What did you think of it? And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.